How tough is it to, seriously, the guys behind know, okay, Norman's got a 2-minute lead, 3-minute lead, 4-minute lead. Are you getting splits? Do you have any idea, or are you pretty much riding blind until you get the Havi and you can sort of see them on the way out while you're on the way back?
It changed over the years. I was one of the, not the speakers, but I was talking about at the pro meeting, because it's in the rules. It's no outside assistance and no whatever. And then some guys are coached by Mark Allen, and some guys are coached by Dave Scott. And Dave Scott is on the course in his car, and Mark Allen is in his car, and they got splits and we don't. So I said, please
get everybody off.
And now it's not easy in the front, but it's a fair race, and they have to push hard, and that's how I like to race. No splits, and if you have the helicopter in front, everything is fine.
That's what Ferris used to always say, that I just like to chase the helicopter. So the helicopter's sort of reaffirming. It's sort of nice. The helicopter's there. You know you're at least on the right course.
Or you have 2 flat tires and yelling on the road. And I had the helicopter too.
Helicopter sitting over you while you're trying to change your tires. Oh yeah, the media likes that stuff, don't we? When you flat and throw the wheel out into the lava fields, and that's good.
Fucking tire.
Actually, I have a friend up in Santa Barbara, and her son has one imitation that he does. I think I told you this. He's 8 years old, and he came up to us, and his mom goes, "Oh, do your imitation of Norman for Bob." And he's like, no, okay, go ahead. And he goes, "Too much glue, too much glue."
You know, the tire is still on the rim. I can't get off the tire. It's too much glue.
It's too much, see? Too much glue. So, but going into, after you win in 06, and it's a close race in 71 seconds, going into 07, obviously, a lot of excitement between you and Macca. Did you guys cross paths much during that week leading into the race last year?
Not really.
Yeah.
I saw him on race day, quick. When I was riding on the last position on the bike, I saw him in front of me. And but, you know, I was man enough to go to the finish line. I was one of the first guys to congratulate him, and
that was very first class. That you were there. Norman was there at the finish line when Macca finished. After everything they'd gone through that full year, Norman was there to congratulate him at the finish line, which I think was really, really first class. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now I think everything is clear with me and Macca, and I'm looking forward to see him in Kona, and everything he wrote on the magazines or in the internet, it was fine, and that's how I think we have to deal with each other.
Well, and back then, before last year's race, I think the score was 2-0, and now the score is 2-1. So somebody still has a lead, right? And you guys are fine. But did you race him like as a junior? I mean, you knew this guy long before Ironman, right?
As long as I knew Spencer Smith, you all raced together. Raced in the Worlds Junior, and I think in Manchester I raced him, and he was 4th or 5th, and I was 6th in the Olympic distance World Championships.
So, I mean, so you know the guy's a talent. You guys have raced against each other long enough to know that.
I think all the guys who race right now were successful in the beginning. So there's no dark horse, or I think we all have our base, where we come from, and so I know him for a long time.
When you look at the race, Ironman coming up on October 11th, do you look at, okay, let's see what McCormack's been up to, what's Torborn, Simbali, how has he been racing? I know McCormack is every weekend looking at who did what type of time they ran. Do you check any of that stuff out, or are you sort of like, hey, I do my thing and let them come chase me?
No, every day I have a look at the internet, Extra, Inside, whatever, and have a look. Sure, that's my job.
Right.
If you're in the stock market, you watch stocks, and so...
So whose stock is looking good right now?
10, 15.
Craig
So
Alexander,
Craig
Chris
Alexander,
McCormack,
Torbjörn
Torbjörn
Sindballe,
yeah.
Marino van Hoenacker
Van
from my
Hoenackers,
team.
yes.
Rutger Beke, my team is looking strong.
Yeah.
There's so many. Enekolanos.
And there's a lot of good cyclists with, Chris Lieto and yourself
Lieto.
and Torbjörn. I mean, there's a possibility, and Steve Larson's back in the hunt a little bit. Maybe he can ride his bike up if he gets out of the water sometime the same day. You guys could have your own little group off the front on the bike rather than just being, have the pack of, Macca and Alexander. You could have Lieto and yourself and Ferris and some of those guys. Then you're going to have to worry about riding with a pack again and rotating around.
Well, yeah, but when you saw Mecca riding in Frankfurt, he was, I think, second of the bike.
Right.
With a very strong bike split. So I think he worked a lot on his bike. And, Timo Brachti had the best bikes run split in Germany with 240 something, and Mecca was running 248, I think. So I think he worked more on his bike to ride with us.
Right.
I think he tries to ride with us, and he can't let me go for 10 minutes anymore.
No.
And Sindballe not. And I think
everybody's getting better.
It's going to be very interesting, this race, and I don't think that there's a big lead of Normann Stadler.
After Ironman, you came back home and then you went to Frankfurt on October 28th and ran and was that the first marathon, like a straight marathon without swimming a bike? 2:32:14 is what Norman ran last year. It was a couple weeks after being sick at Ironman. So
that's not that fast. No, really.
Really?
So that's not even. I don't know how fast. Do they run 2:04, 2:06, 2:30 something? It's okay time
for a triathlete.
Yeah, but I think there are guys out there they can run
2:26ish something maybe.
That's what I can run if I train for a marathon.
Yeah.
I think, but I think McCormack could run close to 2:20. Craig Alexander, Simon Lessing,
Janos,
yeah. So yeah. I think it was a good time after the Ironman.
No question.
No training, traveling, eating a lot. So it was okay.
After coming back from the disappointment of Ironman, and you run a good marathon, and what do you do during the winter in terms of do you do a lot of strength training? Do you cross-country ski? What type? Oh, you do cross-country ski.
I did it first time this year. This winter. What year? No.
07, 08.
07, yeah, winter 07.
Okay.
So 2 weeks cross-country skiing, and got my own coach, and was skiing on the World Cup loop.
Yeah.
In Garmisch-Partenkirchen, and it's a great sport and good for endurance athletes, and but otherwise I eat a lot in winter time and have fun, less training, mountain biking, no swimming.
Stay away from that.
And no strength training.
Do you see somebody running sub 240 in Kona off the bike one of these years?
If we have a slow bike, yes, maybe. But we won't have a slow bike, so I think I think what Mecca ran last year was
about as good. 240, 242. That's about what people are going to run.
Yeah. And I think the 240 was on the old course.
Yeah.
I think the old course was much faster.
Do you think it was faster, even with the big hip?
Yeah. I think running one stretch is easier.
Okay.
Not a turnaround. For me, I think the old course. I did the old course, and I think the old course was faster.
Interesting.